Good morning. My name is Barbara Fuller, and as Chair of the Board, I welcome you to this October 17th, 2023 working session of the Washtenaw County Board of Road Commissioners. Our office coordinator, Aaron Smith, will describe how our meetings operate, how to access the agenda packet, and how people may participate remotely. Aaron.
Thanks, Chair Fuller. There are multiple ways to make public comment during today's working session, whether you're joining us in person or virtually. If you're here in person and would like to make public comment, please fill out the sign-in sheet now. If you're joining us virtually, we will ask you to raise your hand at the appropriate time in the agenda. If you're joining us virtually and are experiencing technical issues with audio or video during the meeting, submit a comment in the chat feature and I will help you troubleshoot. The audio and video of this meeting is being recorded, and a link to the recording will be posted to wcroads.org in the next few days. There are printed copies of today's meeting agenda on the table near the front door, and it is also posted on our website. And now I'll turn it over to Chair Fuller.
Thank you, Aaron. I now call this October 17th, 2023 working session to order and ask Aaron to please call the roll.
Chair Barb Fuller.
Present.
Vice Chair Rod Green.
Here.
Commissioner Gloria Yamas is absent. Commissioner Joanne McCollum.
Present.
And Commissioner Jeff Smers is absent. And then the following directors are in attendance: Managing Director Cheryl Siddle, Director of Engineering Matt McDonough, Director of Operations Adam Lape, and Director of Finance and IT Dan Ackerman.
All right, the first item on our agenda is public participation. This is the time set aside on the agenda to receive comments from the public. This is not intended to be a period for dialogue. Each person will be allotted 3 minutes to address the board. Aaron will explain how people may be recognized to offer comments. Aaron.
Thanks, Chair Fuller. Since this is a hybrid meeting with both in-person and virtual attendees, we will take turns between those attending in person and virtually. For virtual attendees, we have provided some instructions on the screen on how to participate and make public comment. If you're attending this meeting virtually and would like to make public comment, please raise your hand now. If you dialed into the meeting from your phone, you can raise your hand by dialing *9. I will unmute virtual participants with raised hands one at a time and will announce your username or last 4 digits of your phone number when it is your turn to speak. Please share your name and address before beginning your comments. And then for our in-person attendees, we will start with those who signed up on the sign-in sheet as you walked in. If you didn't sign in, you're still welcome to make public comment. At this time, there's no one that would like to make public comment.
Very good. We will move along. I'll turn this over to the Managing Director, Cheryl Siddle, to take us through the updates.
All right. Good morning. Well, our agenda this morning is communications update, and Tiffany Oliphant, our communications manager, will be sharing that with us today.
Sorry.
She's working on it.
I'm clicking. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
There we go. It's green. Okay. Good morning. I'm Tiffany Oliphant, the Communications Manager here for Washtenaw County Road Commission. I'm going to give you the communication update today. First, as you can see on your screen, the agenda today is we're going to meet the team. We're going to talk about our philosophies and the communication toolbox and some projects that the comms team is working on. Let's meet the comm team. First, we have Emma Sharp, Aaron Smith, and then myself, Tiffany Oliphant. Let me tell you a little bit about what we do. Emma's here. Hi, Emma. That's Emma right there. Emma's also on the screen for those who, for those on Zoom. Let me give you a little bit about Emma. Emma has just celebrated her 1-year anniversary here at WCRC. We're proud to have her. She's our communications associate. Emma is the first face you see when you enter the building on Zeem Road. She is truly a frontline communicator. If you've attended any of our virtual public meetings, you will see Emma hosting a majority of those. She also sends out our road advisories that you get over email. Emma also shows her creative side as she posts on social media. She has done, oh, I'm sorry. That's my fault. That's my fault. Sorry. Finally, she handles our WCRC claims and processing. That's just to name a few things. We're glad that she's a part of our team and brings fresh ideas and great energy to WCRC every day. Thank you. I want to give you a great kudos, Emma. I appreciate all the work that you do. And you are an asset to the team. I just wanted to tell you that face to face and in front of the entire board. Thank you. Now I'll move on to Erin. Erin, as you all have heard, is back there working the Zoom. She's our office coordinator. Erin too celebrated a 2-year anniversary at WCRC back in May. She is currently our board secretary. She's the most senior member of our team with 2 years. That shows you how young our team is and what we do to communicate and how we're learning as well together. Erin wears many hats. She's also a frontline communicator with the public and she also, she takes care of the board packet, which is very wonderful. She takes a lot of time and effort into that and the agenda. Erin, I appreciate you as well. You are a wonderful asset to the team. Thank you so much. You have trained me up and I appreciate you and you're always willing to help everyone in the organization. I'm going to give you a kudos and you're a superstar. Thank you so much. She's also our Freedom of Information Act coordinator and she manages the needs of the office. So that's the ladies. And a little bit of me. So my name is Tiffany Oliphant. I'm the communications manager. I've been here just 9 months. Besides supervising the comms team, I manage all of our channels, our toolboxes, our website, social media, the Fix It, the weekly update. I'm also forging relationships in the community to help internally and externally for events. And you'll see that a little further on. I'm also working to showcase our talent with videos and presentations. I also am the media spokesperson. And finally, I support the senior leadership. So that's one way that I do my job. Those are just a few things that we do as communicators here. Now to our philosophy. As communicators, we are generalists. We have to know a little bit of everything about the entire organization to be able to explain it to everyone and who calls us or who emails us. And we have to be able to get the information from either that we have or get it to the proper person. So we have to have a general idea of what everyone does within the organization. So we are generalists. As far as under promise and over deliver, we don't want to promise something. We don't want to make promises we can't keep. So that's basically what that statement is. We want to make sure that we can deliver on everything we say, because our word is bond and we want to make sure that we are taking care of that. That's a big part of customer service. People want to make sure that your word is everything out in the community. Besides our word is if we know we're going to be there, tell people. If we're going to impact their travel, if we're going to do anything that involves so-called making an inconvenience to them, we need to tell them and tell them why, tell them now, and tell them what is going on. And it's okay if we don't know all of the details, but as long as we know something, as long as we can provide something, a roundabout idea of what it is, it's okay to say, oh, okay, well, you know what, this has to be rescheduled. That's okay. People understand, oh, I had to reschedule something. Many people reschedule things through their day. So that's okay. So we have to tell them where we're going to be, why, and what we're doing. The other thing is we have to say no a lot and explain why. We have to say no because transportation, sometimes we just can't. And that's okay. Sometimes we just can't. And that's all. And I mean, funding, people, manpower, everything comes into play. Weather, sometimes we just can't. So tell people the truth, open and transparency. That is the goal and what we've been doing. So that's it. That's why. The why is very important. The communication toolbox. Now, we have a lot of communication in our toolbox. Our fun toolbox there. In our daily lives, we use multiple tools to communicate. This goes for our organization too. Here are a few things. Email, social media, the website, traditional media, WCRC Fix It, chat, phone, events, meetings, and mail. we're everywhere. We're trying to be everywhere to communicate, to let people know what is going on with WCRC. That is the goal. So you see our toolbox is pretty full of little tools that we have to get things done and to communicate with the public and internally and externally. So let me go over a few of our tools and how we're utilizing them. So first, you got to find out, you have all those tools. Who is your audience? We have an external audience and we have an internal audience. Traveling public is our external audience, residents, visitors, anyone externally will be our audience within Washtenaw County. And actually, not so much in Washtenaw County, everywhere. Our truck drivers, everybody who's coming through the county is an audience member. So how do we get them? That's one way, and I'll show you soon. Also, local elected officials are also an external audience member. Internally, our staff, administrators, and you, the board, you are an internal audience member, and how we get you as well. So emails. We've all get emails, but there was a sound prior to you used to hear. You remember that? You got mail. We used to hear that a lot. So now that's been a long time that you got mail. It's been a long time then that you've heard you've got mail. We've come a long way from emails, but now we use email as an email marketing campaign. So how we campaign in this person, who is this audience member? This person wants information from our projects, road closures, lane closures. They want to know where WCRC is planning to work in their construction projects. As you can see, we get a lot of emails from advisory projects. And the main key on this graphic is the average open rate for 2023. It's 49%. That means that people have at least clicked on our email. I can't say they read it, but they at least clicked on the email. That's the thing with that. We can't see, we only know that they clicked on the email. We can't say that they have read the email, but that's enough. They clicked on it. That means we hope that they read it and get the information. But people call us, but that's another story. And I'll talk about phones in a second. Social media. Who's this audience member? So this person wants the same information from email. However, they want the information right now, and they want great video. They want great content. They want it immediately. And they want to enjoy what they're watching. So you can see that we're noticing our organic reach. That's free engagement. We're not paying for that engagement. That's totally free. That's our page viewers and people who see us or share or anything of that nature. So you see we're going up as our frequency, and we're posting more. We're posting more content. We're trying to engage our audience. That's also what you're seeing. People are sharing our content more. Thank you, Emma and Aaron, for sharing and doing a lot of the work as well. Our graphics are really good, and so we're building upon that. Instagram. We just started Instagram in April. I came here and I said, we need to be on Instagram. Instagram is with Facebook. It's another entity of the Facebook group. So it's different, but it's also within. So when you have a Facebook account, you can have an Instagram account. So it's not something that we had to do something differently. It's already connected. They're connected. So with that being said, we're very new on Instagram. This is one of the fastest growing social media platforms behind TikTok. So this is one place I feel like we need to be, because when we start posting more engaging videos of our crews and everything like that going live, those are things that we would want to be on Instagram. Most young people are on Instagram, to be honest with you.
Question?
Yeah.
How is Instagram different from Facebook? You say it's an extension of Facebook?
It's an extension of Facebook.
So how is it different?
The difference is that when you're on Instagram, it's more video centered. It's more topic centered, whereas Facebook was your friends and your family and everything like that. This is more topic centered. If you want cooking, if you want different things of that nature, you can go and find that. You can find all of your famous influencers and things of that nature. It's very centered. Whereas Facebook was your family, friends, things of that nature. They try to keep it that way. Facebook is trying to go that way. They have their reels and their videos, so they're trying to go that way because more the video is on your Instagram, your TikTok, your Snapchat. There's so many various platforms. So they tried to differentiate the two, but right now they're kind of intertwining now when you're on both platforms. But Instagram, a lot of people on Instagram right now, they're switching over. And so that's what's going on with the two platforms. So as far as Twitter, there are many changes going on at Twitter. First, now it's called X. As you see, the blue little tweet, little bird is, if you've noticed, if you're on Twitter, they're going away. You'll see the X now on your, if you're on Twitter. It's now called X as the new logo. We're noticing a slowdown in our new followers. We're also reading that some people are leaving Twitter. The reasons we're not sure, industry insiders are saying Twitter is clearing out bots or fake accounts. That's why you might see that the numbers are going down, but we don't know. I don't know, but again, there's also news that Twitter may be starting to charge monthly to be on the platform. So we'll continue to monitor this platform and I will bring it up with the managing director to decide whether or not what's our next steps with this platform. Right now, we are not charged monthly to be on this platform.
And they can't just automatically.
They have to alert you to tell you that they're going to start charging for the platform. Once, if that goes into effect, then yes, they will tell you that they're charging, and then we will decide what we're going to do from then on. Oh,
Commissioner Yamas.
So when Twitter switched over to X, we already had a Twitter account?
yes.
And they notified you, or did you have to get a new sign in?
No, it just switched over to X when the owner bought it, and it's just switched over. They just changed their logo. There's nothing that changed for us, just the logo changed. Everything is the same. Our handle, everything is the same. It's just the logo is different. That's basic right now. That's right now what we see. Do you have anything?
Oh, Commissioner Green.
Going back to Instagram.
Mhm.
Would you say the Instagram is more informational than Facebook?
They're both informational. I can't say that for sure. Most of our followers are on Facebook right now, but I'm trying to tap into a group, that group there, because young people are there.
But you can put more information content on Instagram than you can on Facebook.
Well,
Is that accurate or inaccurate?
no, you can't. Well, it's different. They have time constraints on Instagram. Like the video can only be a minute,
I see.
whereas Facebook, it could be like a minute 20.
I see.
So it all depends. And then the characters, you can put more characters, meaning words in your summary or in your post. You can put more words on Facebook. However, with Instagram, it's just more eyes. There's more eyes growing. And so you want to be over there where the growing platform would be.
I see. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Traditional media. So WCRC has been featured in 67 articles and stories in 2023. Popular topics, of course, are weather events, project-specific reports, and we've had 24 media requests. Media requests meaning that the media has either called, reached out, looking for interviews, pictures, information, anything of that nature. Since September, they have reached out to us for 24 times through the year. And then WCRC was featured nationally. Not sure you all saw that. Our own director of operations was featured in 2 different videos.
What were the videos?
I'm going to show you right now. Then there's another one. There's a day 2.
Sort of got that one right.
This was day 2.
Was there a tornado warning that day?
No, this was the February ice storm. This was the February ice storm.
Oh, but in the lower right-hand corner, there was a tornado warning.
That was another, like another area out west. Mhm. Go ahead, Chris.
That was a big tree.
So that's just, so that's just one way that we utilize video interviews to get our story out. There's a lot of information that Adam said nationally about the Washtenaw County Road Commission in that video. And he's also in his bright green coat that looks great on television, might I add. Everything matters, logo, the jacket, it shows. We're sitting there, we're talking about the great things we do. Mike Seidel actually gave kudos to our crews for all the work that they do. So that's another way to get it out there that our crews do wonderful work. And it's important work, and we are considered first responders. So this is just another way to get them to know that they are, and the work that we do here at the Washtenaw County Road Commission is very important. YouTube. Now, unless you have questions. Anybody have questions? Okay.
Commissioner Green.
Do we maintain the videos on our website,
I have not maintained the video.
public?
No, I did not put them on the website, but I did have them, so I can put them up on the website if that's something that we would like to do. I just didn't.
Just curious.
Okay, I
They're
could.
available to the public, that's all. Are they?
Yeah, well, they can be, yes,
Weather Channel.
through the Weather Channel. I got a copy through Mike Seidel and his producer when the contact that I had there. And she gave me that copy of that video. So I could feasibly do that. I don't know if there's licensing rights, putting that on our website. That's the only thing with that.
That was their video.
That was their video.
Oh, I understand.
Yes.
Okay, I understand.
Any other questions? Can I have one? Okay.
Thank
YouTube. YouTube, this audience is looking for videos of our presentations and board meetings. Listed, as you see, the videos that were posted and the videos and how they've been viewed. So far this year, the videos that the video that made had the most views is not surprising enough, the Michigan Avenue Road project at I-94 and Hewitt Road. That was a very hot button issue. A lot of information there, and James and Emma did a wonderful job putting that together. Thank you again. That was wonderful. Thank you so much for that. For YouTube, and we utilize that with the board meetings and uploading our videos there as well, just so we can upload them to our website and getting a link and they're shareable. It's easier to share a YouTube link to, when you send emails or anything of that to send those kind of, communications out.
Commissioner Yamas?
Where can I get a picture of this?
Which one?
The locations, I don't know how many people always ask me that, and it's a great depiction of WCRC's jurisdiction, Ypsilanti's jurisdiction, and MDOT.
Actually, James did a wonderful job with that. He actually put that on the project page for the Michigan Avenue project. That's actually on that page.
Okay.
We can send that to you though, too.
Okay,
if you
yeah,
want
because I
that.
did watch that presentation. It was great. And I know a lot of people watched it, and I still get a lot of questions of how come when I hit, the road is like this, or how come I hit when the road's like that? And this is a great depiction that I can put on my Facebook.
That's a very confusing area.
Okay, I'll get that sent.
Okay.
Aren't you gonna let us see the video? The
Oh,
YouTube?
well, no, I didn't let you see that. I'm sorry. I didn't know you wanted to see that video too.
That one's, how long is that video?
Yeah, that
'Cause that
video
was
is
the-
at least probably an hour and some long. I
Yeah,
didn't think
I
you wanted to
watched
see
it
that.
with
That's
my dad.
online. I can always send you a link.
I'm sorry, I
Commissioner
would
Fuller.
never be able to watch an hour long.
Okay, okay. So no, I did not think to do that. I just wanted to send a
didn't
screenshot of
realize
the
it was
video. But they had 138 views, just so you know.
Do you track spikes in visits? The
Yes.
Analytics, I
Yes.
assume? Do they mean anything? Have you
Ye-
learned anything? from
Yes,
that,
they
or-
do mean something. So you're just finding out what people want when the analytics, like it's by month.
Yeah.
And so typically you're like, okay, that month, typically March, April is when people want to know what's going on for us. Those are some spikes. And then July and August, because we're out there. And so they're like, what are you doing? When is it what's going on? I see these orange barrels. You'll see that. And then it tapers off. We're starting to taper down. And so because we're not sending out as many emails right now, because our projects are ending, but then we're going to ramp back up in the winter because we're going to start posting more in the winter because our crews will be out now plowing snow. So it's ebb and flows, just like our job and our industry is ebb and flows. It's a seasonal industry, so.
So in terms of our posting of content, does that ebb and flow as well?
Yes,
Or is
it
it
does.
just the viewership that fluctuates?
No, it's just the posting. Well, we try to post constantly, and you'll see this here in a second. We're posting constantly. But yes, the content that we're posting is going to be interesting to whoever is looking for it. That's where that audience comes in. Whatever audience member wants what they want, that's when you'll see more people sharing it and more people looking for it. A lot of times our traffic, when a lot of times I shared the MDOT cameras about, like if we had a traffic jam or a bad accident, those typically got a lot of comments and shares because that's impacting you right now, right here. And people want to know what's going on. When is it going to open? And that kind of thing. I use that because I think our audience is traveling in that area. Hey, share with your family members. You might know that they're now stuck in this traffic. That is why I share that. I know it's not our system to clear or anything of that nature. That's MDOT's system, but I figure our people are traveling on it, so we need to know. So that's why I share when those traffic jams happen on those roadways like that. Any other questions?
No.
Okay. So WCRC Fix It. This is one of our main tools that we use for the public. This audience member is typically a resident, business owner who has personal stake in Washtenaw County roads. Our requests seem to be going down. We'll see where we end up at the end of the year. Aaron and Emma do a great job at answering questions. Many times people don't have to put in a ticket because we answer the question before they have to, but sometimes we'll have to put the ticket in, and we will help out. This also want to, my apologies. The big number here is the average days to close of a request. That's a big kudos to our crews. That means we're getting answers to our people, even if it might not be the answer they want to hear, but they're getting an answer nonetheless. And that's major if it's taking us that short of a time to close a ticket. And we're going down, even though our You can see average days to close, average days to acknowledge a day. So we're letting people know, we see you, we hear you, and we're going to investigate. And then now this is the answer you get in 3 days on average. So that's something that we really strive hard to do. Managing Director Cheryl Siddle that's one of her things that she wants to help us with. And Adam, kudos to his crews. A lot of times they come in through for his crews and the district foreman and everything. So they have to do that. That's a great thing that they're doing, and we appreciate them. And that actually helps our customer service because people actually know what's happening, when and why it's not happening or it is going to happen. And they have an answer in those fix-it reports. This also is a way, the other side of this is a liability side of things. WCRC, in case somebody wants to sue us, we have documentation of the request or not, and if we fixed it or not, and the length of time that it took. So this helps us also in telling our story. Everything is about a story, and we're trying to tell a story of what it takes for WCRC to complete different various projects or maintenance.
Commissioner Green?
That closure time period looks like a major improvement
Yes,
from 10.7 in 2021 to 3.0 in 2023. That's kudos to your staff and what you're doing.
that's actually kudos to, I'll say,
Thank you.
operations director
Okay, thank you, Adam.
late. And then, you have the engineering too. You have engineering, they're closing their traffic traffic signs and signals, and that's actually everybody who has a ticket. So that's actually kudos to the entire organization. I can't take that upon ourselves. That's a team effort. Teamwork makes the dream work, as I say.
Thank you.
So that's a team effort.
One question I did have, if there's a pothole, is Fix-It the place to go for the normal citizen?
Yes, sir. You would go there, you would file it, and has everything from your name, your address, what your issue may be, and you can send a picture. You can tell us how big the pothole is, where it is, everything from that. Put your email and a phone number in, and then we will send a message to you. If you put your email in, you'll get an immediate message. Our team tries to make phone calls and call you back if we can see those. So that's something we're trying to do, more often.
And they can do that through their phone, they can do that through their computer, or they can call it in, and then either Emma or Aaron will put it into the system.
Yes.
Wonderful. Thank you.
If they're using their phone, do we know where they are when they?
Not where they are, but they put their address of where the incident would be. So if your incident is right here on Z, I saw a pothole on 55 North Z, right? But you may not be, that may not be your address, but you're putting the address of the incident in, of where the location of the maintenance or an issue happened.
The reason I ask is there are some areas in the county where you're not by an address.
Right, and you should put an intersection in. Give us as close as you can get.
Okay.
An intersection that will help us. And then you can put the intersection in, you can say a quarter mile down or a quarter mile south or something of that nature. Give us as many descriptions as you can do in the summary box. And then that will help us find it. And if we are lost or anything of that nature, we can always call you or email you and say, hey, can you give us a little bit more description of what is going on?
Okay.
Okay. All right. Besides Fix-It, the phones in the lobby. Well, so our communications team, you see there, that's Aaron answering the phones. We answer about 32,000 calls since January. And Emma at the front desk. And we also had more than 800 guests come into our lobby since February. That's the guests who signed in. That's not the people who mistakenly come to our building looking for our neighbors. So just so you know, that's they do a lot. And I think people don't understand just how much they do. And again, I want to tell y'all, thank you, because you do a lot. And I just don't want people to know that they are value to the team.
Well, and these are the faces of the road commission. I
Right.
mean, obviously we have our drivers are out there, our big orange trucks, all of that. But these two people are usually the first interaction with the road commission. for most people.
Right.
They're walking into the lobby, even if they are looking for next door, and Emma was politely informing them that they need to move next door, because that's probably our number one lobby traffic.
Right.
But whether they're picking up a permit or whatever that may be, these are you, or calling in, these are the first people that they deal with. And so for people to have a positive first impression with the road commission is huge.
Yes. And that goes to the customer service. And don't throw in a storm. Because, you know, the team is a well-oiled machine when a storm happens. We have to track our calls. We're hearing the radio going off at the same time. We're answering the phone. People may be coming in. We're talking to our foremen, managers, everybody's going on. So it takes a lot to operate in a storm as well. And so the ladies do a wonderful job. I also jump in when the storm happens, it's all hands on deck. We're all working together. So it's not that I'm not working with them. We make sure we're doing that all together because it takes a lot to man the phones and man all the requests and everything of that nature. So just so you know.
Commissioner Green?
And that's a lot of phone calls. Is that an increase from the past, or is that number pretty constant?
You know, I don't know. I would have to take a look at that.
But kudos to your staff. That's a lot of phone calls.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I'll have to look at that. I'll get that for you. Yes, that is a lot of phone calls.
They do a good job.
I'm interested to know if Callie, too, on the other side of the rotunda, and Aaron and Emma feel safe there in the lobby.
Okay.
I know at one point in time, we had heard of other road commissions that have some confrontations and hostile encounters. And I just want to make sure that they feel protected and safe. And if there's anything we can do to enhance that,
Yes,
please tell us.
will do. Will do. And we're working on a plan for that as well, just to enhance that as well. So I'm sure that'll come from the managing director when she's ready to share.
Tiffany, do you want to at least explain the panic buttons that we do have?
Yes, we do have a button. It's a panic button, and that the ladies would have if they were in a hostile situation or a situation that made them feel uncomfortable. I'm also very earshot away to also handle confrontation or anything of that nature. We're all here. We're all listening to sometimes when things get a little testy out there. So we typically try to tamper that down, but at the same time, we're always here to make sure that the ladies are very safe as far as that part's concerned. But we are working on some other different various options with them.
And
But I'll definitely let you know if that's what they feel.
I'm concerned that that one wall that leads to the hallway past Emma
Yes,
is wide open.
yes,
That concerns me. You're
Yes.
probably dealing with that and you don't.
I am.
But please know that I don't like that.
Okay, I am. I know a lot of times she gets deliveries and that's why she keeps that open. That's why we talked about that.
All right,
And I've expressed that concern as well.
okay. Who was first here?
Oh, I don't have a question.
Oh, I thought I saw your hand. Commissioner Green.
Does that panic button alert the sheriff's office?
Yes.
Good.
It does. It does.
Thank
And we can certainly follow back up. I just don't want to put Emma and Aaron on the spot to answer that question right this second.
Well,
but
and
we
I'm
can-
not sure it's an appropriate
Right.
situation to share those
But
things.
please understand that that is of paramount concern.
Okay.
We do have the panic buttons. We have the cameras there, knowing that though neither of those are going to truly protect as in,
A
should-
barrier would.
Correct,
yeah.
exactly. So we're trying to find that balance and certainly make sure that they know we have their safety in mind as
Okay.
well.
Okay.
They do have the glass there, as you can see in that one picture.
Yeah.
But the side, I understand with the side, what you mean by the side. And so that's a concern and we've talked about that. So we're working on it.
Okay, and I know you don't want it to feel like a dungeon, Emma, right? That
Right.
you're in a box. Okay.
Okay?
Other questions or concerns?
So public meetings. Our public meetings, we've had two hybrid. One for the proposed abandon of West Delhi and Scioto Township, and the other proposed designation of Warren Road as a natural beauty road. The numbers here will shift as we're scheduled to have 2 virtual public meetings in November. Both for design meetings, for our engineering team, Whitaker and Willis Roundabout, and a bridge project at Stony Creek and Paint Creek Bridge on November 7th. We have 200+ participants year to date. Mail. So, yeah, we have some fun things with mail. We sent out more than 1,700 letters. We communicate using mail because we're sensitive to know that not everyone is utilizing the technology. We understand that. And they may not have a strong internet service. I know some of our communities don't have a strong internet service. So we also want them to know that we know you're out there and we know you want to know what's going on and what WCRC is doing. So we send out mail. We send you a mail in the envelope, and Emma and Aaron take care of that, and we appreciate that as well. Board meetings, this right here, we're in a board meeting. 83 in-person and virtual participants so far. I'm working with IT to create a new camera option. One of the things I'm working on is to make sure that the folks on Zoom have the same experience that the people in person have. So I'm looking at camera options as I continue to move closer to that. So that's something that I'm working on with. I think that's just as important as your in-person experience. So working on those things. That's one way we're communicating with the public. It's a great tool to do Zoom, to offer the hybrid option. I think because a lot of people are busy, and then, you know, you can also post it to YouTube. So there's several options for people to understand what we're doing and why we're doing it. Chat with the road commission. So far to date, we've had 15 attendees. Chat, this person is usually a resident or business owner, this audience member. This is another way we're living our principle of open and transparency. This is a time we've set aside for the public to ask our commissioners and managing director questions, talk about their suggestions, concerns, get feedback. Aaron Smith runs this meeting noon to 1 on Wednesdays. Our next commissioner is Commissioner Yamas, who's up next this Wednesday. This is also an opportunity for our workforce to use this to get residents to have, if they're having a conversation with a resident and then they're saying, well, I want to hear from someone else, this is their opportunity to come and hear from our managing director, to hear the same language that either our engineer or our operations team, whomever may be saying what they're saying. This is the opportunity, we afford that. So I think this is a great opportunity for the public to get all the messages that we're trying to convey.
My concern is how many of these sessions we conduct
Yes.
annually.
Yes.
And how many hours of non-visitor time
Yes.
is invested in this endeavor. I understand it's valuable for specific reasons, but I also think there needs to be an acknowledgement of how much the road commission has dedicated
Yes.
to its outreach with this particular opportunity for the public.
Yes, we have. It's every Wednesday. So for the public to know that it's every Wednesday. So you guys are putting your time and effort into being available from noon. Our managing director is taking time out of her schedule to do that. So that's a lot. Sometimes, some months we don't have a visitor at all. And sometimes we will have 2 and 3 visitors. So you just never know what's going on. So I do credit everyone who does that. And Erin takes time out of her day to run the chat as well. So it's a lot of moving parts to get this to go. I don't know. Maybe we rethink it, and I don't know. We can probably talk about that. Maybe we do it differently. You know, scale it back, maybe once or twice a month. I don't know.
Just my concern is there's 3 hours of time spent from the road commission's side every
Okay.
Wednesday on this. And while I've gotten to know people in a deeper way as a result of it,
Okay.
I think it's a metric that I want the Board of Commissioners to understand
Yes.
in terms of how many hours in this one instance are being dedicated based on their directive
Okay.
that we do a better job with outreach and communication with the public.
Yes.
This is a quantifiable, demonstrable effort that we have in addition to all the other contacts.
Okay.
Madam Chair,
Commissioner Green.
yes. One thing that might be useful too, and I don't know whether this is something that, that your office can do, is if the public can be made more aware that this is a tool for getting answers. Because when people come to our meetings, they're looking for answers.
Mhm.
And our present form doesn't allow for that opportunity. So if there's something you can do to enhance the website to let people know that if you have a problem and you're seeking an answer, I want to talk directly to the manager, this is the opportunity to do so. So I'm not sure that the present format of the chat, I don't know whether that message is
Okay.
getting out to the public, that this is a way to get answers or at least talk to someone and get feedback. So if there's something that the website can be done or something to let the public know that if you're seeking a response to something, this is an opportunity to do so. Because I know that when people come here, they're looking for answers.
Absolutely.
They're not looking just to come and tell the story. They
Right.
want a response to their story, so.
Right, exactly. And so typically we post on social media, we let people know this is the opportunity to do that. We do say that on the website. We say that everywhere that, and we tell, I hear the commission, I hear you guys, and I also hear, our managing director, I hear everyone saying, hey, if you want to say something, or you have a comment, or you have a concern that you want to bring up and have one-on-one time, I hear everybody say, this is the opportunity. Getting people to do that is one thing. That's where we're in a, a pickle. And so, yes, I will take a look and try to revamp and see how we can get this message out a little bit more. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Commissioner Yanis.
So often I'm trying to put it on my Facebook, come join me, but I don't like the link that you have up here where I can get that link to put it on my social media pages.
I can show you how to do that. I can show you how to share, and you just share the link, and
Okay.
it's right there on our social media, on our Facebook page.
Oh, share from the Facebook page.
Share from the
to my-
Facebook
Okay,
page.
great.
That's
Okay.
how you just share it and say, hey, come join me, I'm here. You share from our page, you're on our page, share it to your page.
Okay.
And
right.
that's how you would do that. And just say, come join me.
Okay.
And that's another way to help out and to get the message out with your own followers if you're on social media. But we'll continue. Aaron posted on social, Instagram, Twitter. It's on our Facebook page. I mean, on our website. It's everywhere we are. But we can also, like I said, we can look at some other avenues to get it out more so.
Yeah, and we are having those one-on-one conversations, to Commissioner Green's point. When somebody calls and they are upset about something and they want to elevate the concern, we say, well, you're always welcome to come to a board meeting, but that's just an opportunity where you'll have 3 minutes. Board is not going to interact. If you'd like specific questions answered, you can come to chat. So that we do hear staff saying that, whether it's the communications team, project managers are directing people to chat.
And the other side is that you have to make a reservation. So if you do have a question, make a reservation, put your question out there. So then our team can then go back and get the information for the question. So then when you come and bring your question, we have some answers. But if not, we can always get back to you as well. We will do that too. But that's just a way to have open dialogue so that everybody is aware of what your topic would be, so that we can have some answers and have a better understanding of what your concern would be, so then we can provide feedback. It can be a dialogue. Okay. All right. FOIA requests. Erin handles all FOIA requests, our Freedom of Information Act. She's our coordinator. She's very efficient and timely with closing out the request. This is a very important part of our organization, as we have to comply when someone submits a request for a record. Our team in the background also helps Erin pull these documents together. These numbers reflect how the team is working very well together. I just want to tell all of them, thank you for this.
Commissioner McCollum.
Yes, Madam Chair. I was just wondering, it says payment required. And is that how many, like out of 63, 0 payment was required?
Yes. Yes.
Isn't, I thought you had to pay for the pages. I guess not, huh?
No, it depends on the FOIA request. It depends on how many hours it takes the team to gather the documents that you are requesting. If it becomes a little bit longer in the day where it's taking them out of their workday, then that's when we start to charge. But so far, the FOIA requests that have come in have not required us to charge anyone so far, year to date.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And the medium that if you want hard paper copies
Right.
versus being able to send them
Oh, and that way-
electronically. Right.
And
Why
so we're
charge
going-
for that? Yeah.
We're going to OneDrive where people can now, we can just download it into the OneDrive and send them a OneDrive.
Oh,
That
great.
also is helping out as well.
Okay.
Do you have any indication of those 63 requests this year? How many individuals made the request? Is it 60 people who submit a request? Is it 2 people that submitted 30 requests each?
I'll have to get back to you on that. I'll have to get.
Curious if you
yes.
don't
Yeah,
know.
I think we
Oh,
have a
Aaron
couple,
can answer that.
yeah, I think we have a couple frequent flyers, but other than that, they are pretty much individuals.
Okay. Okay.
So now, events. We have internal and external events. So our internal event, our spring training where we take this, we try to train our workforce. This also is another part of our toolbox where we're helping humanize our workforce. From our best safety practices, we have one safety event coming up with the McChrysip Rodeo. That's where our safety coordinator, Craig, and McChrysip are planning a rodeo. That's a defense driving training event that we're having at Southeast Service Center. That should be a great day. That's in November. Also, we had an employee appreciation breakfast that I'm planning that will be here in November. That's a way to just tell our crew, our team and the people here at WCRC, thank you. We appreciate all the work you do, the time that you spend, the time you come in, all of that. Yes, this is your job. I get that, but there's nothing wrong with hearing a thank you. And you'll hear a little bit about what thank you means to us here in a second at on the communications team. But that's just one of the ways that we're doing that. And externally, we did a legislative breakfast that actually invited the legislators here to learn a little bit more about what we do, the funding and everything that it takes to be here in the Road Commission and why. So that was a great event. I think we had positive feedback from that. That's another thing that we're also working on. And then our community events. This is where we do the fun stuff, the big truck events, the touch a truck, the parades, the paint a plows. Our paint a plow is actually wrapping up right now. I just picked one up yesterday. It was a really fun event. The kids enjoyed that. They asked some really great questions and they were so excited to see the plow go up and down and around and see the dump truck go. They were like, wow. So that was really fun to see that and to get the kids to see the fun stuff. But I'm forging relationships with other agencies and partners for events. We've been out and about in the community and getting the word out. This is a part of us getting the word out. This has been a perfect place to engage with the public, to let them know who we are, putting the human side of WCRC. This is one of the things that I think is so crucial to us getting our word out and telling people about the great work we do. I was at the, go ahead. Oh, I wasn't finished.
Commissioner McCollum? Oh, yes, Madam Chair. Tiffany, I was just wondering, the paint a plow, and it sounds like a great program.
It is.
And that's exciting to see the kids work on it. I'm just wondering, how many plows do we have though to paint? How long do we paint over some or?
So that's been actually a good question. So we do, we're recycling plows that go back. So the
Okay.
newer plow goes back out. So right now we've
Okay.
been putting different plows out. So the plow that was painted this year, we won't put that back out. We'll put another plow. Send a newer plow out for the next year. So it'll just recycle itself. And so then, they'll be painted. And so we'll go back out and send them. So it's been a fun thing. I have to give kudos to Emma. Emma has taken leadership on that program. And so she's done a wonderful job communicating to the schools and everyone that way and getting the word out. And thank you, Emma, for your great work on that as well. So yes, Also, when I said I'm trying to forge relationships about our events, I was at the Washtenaw County Sheriff's 200 celebration. We were there. These are just opportunities. I was there. I was at the Halloween festival at the Farm Council grounds Saturday night. So we're doing these to get the word out. A lot of times I have adults getting in our trucks. Very interesting. They want to know what's going on and they have an aha moment. That is what I believe will change the game for us as far as our customer service. When people understand what it is that our drivers are doing in the car, in the truck, when the snow is flying, they're working all these tools. Maybe you'll think twice about cutting us off. Maybe you'll think twice about, you know, riding that close to us. Maybe you'll think twice. That is the goal. Yes.
I think we should one day, you know, sometimes when you go to these events, like, you know, the auto show or something, you can get into an actual vehicle machine and try and drive on old tires. I think we should have like a snow truck, get in it and like we're in the snow trying to clear it.
Oh, like
You
a
know,
simulator?
Like a simulator.
Yes, that's what I'm
Yes,
saying. I
that would
think
be fun.
one day.
That would be
yeah,
fun one day to do that.
That will help people understand. for
Absolutely,
sure.
absolutely. But a lot of people are very shocked at all the buttons and everything it takes to operate the snowplow. And they're like, wow, I didn't know it was this high up. That was one of the quite like comments that we've heard. I didn't know it was this high up. I didn't know it was all those buttons in there. I didn't know this thing was that big and out of here. Oh, okay, kind of thing. And like, oh, wow, like a more of a wow moment. And I can appreciate that because then that let our workers know that, yes, wow, you do a wonderful job. And kudos to you for doing the work that you do and the skill that you have to do this job. Okay. I also use these opportunities to let them know we hiring too, just so you know. Oh, and you know, our annual reports and millage reports are due. So once I'm done with this communication update, I will be all annual report, all budget report all the time. So I'll be working on that. And this is what's next, staff reports, everything that we do as far as this part to help our team to make sure this is another part that we're getting out about what we do and why and what it costs to do the great work we do and the products that you see that are, you know, when you see the road is paved, you see what it costs and everything of that nature. So that's part of everything to another communication tool in our toolbox. Now, to the projects we're working on. That just showed you all the tools that we have. Now you want to know, what are we working on? We have a social media project. We have some website things. We have construction project updates and messages of thanks. So our social media projects. Ooh, you see that there? Yeah. And our calendars. So for social media, our goal is to create engaging videos, go live on a project. That's something I really want to do, is to go live on a project. It's like, for instance, that Michigan Avenue project. My thought was to go live on that project when it opened. So we're the first ones telling the story, not anyone else. No one else should tell our story but us. We need to control our narrative. So that's something that I would love for us to do, to go live on those projects, especially when we're getting a lot of heat from projects that are closed or the roads are closed, you're impacting me. We get a lot of those comments. Go live and say, no, you know what? We open this right now. It's open right now, just so you know, giving that right now vibe to folks to let them know that this is happening. Also, pictures. Videos of our crews saying that this is what we're doing. I'm gonna use the video element to let people know, like getting their human side of it. That's another way to tell our story. Using the stories similar to a FAQ when we post stories. Also the calendar. Emma did this and she did a really great job. We did a Throwback Thursday. We got a lot of comments on Throwback Thursday. A lot of people really enjoyed that. She gonna start that back up again, and we're gonna do like a Magnify Monday, which, you know, these are things that have hashtags. Hashtags rise us up. When we put a hashtag there and when we tag people, that is basically tagging their page or putting a hashtag, meaning that's what people are talking about. When people are talking about something, if we're in that search, then that we rise up, so we get more people sharing or looking or viewing that starts our reach. So our reach is more, we get more eyeballs, people looking, that's telling our story. That's how that works. And Fun Fact Friday, go ahead.
Commissioner Green?
I think I understand the Throwback Thursday and the Fun Fact Friday. What's Magnify Monday?
Magnify Monday would be basically, we would put a magnifying glass, zero it in on one picture, say it was a plow, right? We would put it on a tire. And so then you would have to guess, what was it? Is it a plow? Is it a grader? What is it, right? So then we would pull it out. You would have to guess, so everybody would guess what it would be. And then on the next time, we would pull it out and say, that's actually this. You guessed right or you guessed wrong. So you would pull the magnifying glass out.
Okay. Interesting. Thank you.
Yes. Also the website, we plan to refresh and streamline some updates, just like what you're saying. You asked for some different pages to get pages with high traffic, pages without, just trying to get the word out. That's a great tool for us to utilize our website. A lot of people come to our website looking for, you know, the roadwork advisories, things of that nature, to find out our construction projects. So that is a way we're going to streamline a lot of those things. So we're working on that as a team. So we will have some more on that. Messages of thanks. This is something that we're working on. Many times our organization hears, why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing that? There's a list of negative comments. We hear the negativity a lot, typically from our viewpoint. So many times the thank you is drowned out, but our team is making an effort to make the thank you push to the forefront. We're also keeping up with the open and transparency by answering social media posts and Google reviews. Many times you're on Google and you see a review, you're looking for a restaurant or something of that nature, and you'll see the review. And you'll see and say, oh, wow, this person said that. Well, they're controlling the narrative. Well, we're responding. So now we tell our side, the person who had whatever the review tells their side. It's up to the viewer to decide what they will believe and how they will conduct their business. But at least we answered it. We don't leave a comment dangling out there to say that what their experience was. That's what we're working on. So we're answering all of our Google reviews with a comment. That's something we're working on as well. Thank you. Kudos to Emma and Aaron for the help on that. That's something that's major for us, and especially social media as well. We don't let the social media reviews go out there either. We answer those as long as it's a question, something that we can link them back to, whether it be the website or something of that nature, to show them that this is the actual, what is going on. This is why. A lot of times people don't have all the information. So it's our job to help educate and tell the story at the same time. Go ahead.
Commissioner McCollum?
Yes, I know. I always feel better when I'm reading a review and the business or organization has responded, whether it's a good one or a bad. I feel like that organization cares more about what they're doing.
Yes.
So I think that would be good for us to do that too.
Yes. And go ahead.
Commissioner Yamas, did you have your hand up?
I was gonna ask a question by
Sometimes catches it and sometimes.
I did, I was gonna ask, that's not our standing review rate, but I decided to look it up myself
Yes.
right now. Yeah. So right now it's a three.
Yeah, because we're also encouraging. So if someone calls us and they say, I just want to tell your crews, thank you so much. You guys have done this, this, and the third. Well, a lot of times that just stays with us. So we're encouraging those people to either, hey, post that on social media or post that on Google review. Tell people what your experience was with us, because that then lets our crews know people do thank you. They do appreciate what you do, because again, that negativity can go up high or it can stay down low. And our job is to keep the negativity low and keep those kudos coming. When you feel good about it, a thank you goes a long way.
Do you require people to identify themselves?
No, they don't. It could be anonymous. We just would like for them to put the thank you out there. That would be a great thing for our crews to hear. Internal projects. So we're engaging our workforce. That's a big thing for us. So we have events. We've launched a series on our digital monitors called Milestone Moments. This is where we did like a first day of school photos. So then we did this on our digital monitor. So we've had a lot of great participation with this. Right now we have Halloween going on. So we're collecting Halloween costume photos. This is just a great way for our folks to share their kids or what's going on in their families or anything of that nature to say, hey, you know, check out what's going on in my life, what's going on here. So that's another way to have that connection within the workforce. So that's another way we're trying to do that as well. Also, communications team is going to get out of the cubes and we're going on ride-alongs and we're going to go out and get in the yards and talk to them and understand who we are so we understand what they are and understand there's a symbiotic relationship. We need to understand each other, what each other needs, so we can all do the best work, so we can provide the best customer service on both ends. And that concludes my presentation. If you have any questions, please let me know.
Commissioner McCollum.
I don't have a question. I just have a comment, Tiffany. First of all, I thought your presentation was great. The
Thanks.
information was great. I like what you're working on in the future, what everyone's working on in the future. I think that's great. What I really liked was when you were talking about the philosophies. And it presents a transparency, the philosophies that you have here. You know, you say, we'll tell you what we have, we tell you what we can do, we tell you what we can't do. And I think that's, people really want to hear that. They don't want the song and dance or, you know, I'm afraid to say no, so I'll say other things. But I think, you know, by respecting people and telling them what we can and can't do is a good thing, and it's being transparent. And I think that we'll get a lot of respect from that.
Yes.
So thank you.
Okay.
Nice job.
Oh, thank you.
Commissioner McCollum, if I may add to your comment, when you were talking about, you saw the C-Click fix or the WCRC fix it, and a lot of those do go to our district foreman. And those poor individuals are overwhelmed at times with the number that flowed in. And that has been one of the conversations that we've been having, is the ability to say no. We do say no, and no is okay. And they are often feeling like they have to deliver something that they know they can't do, whether it's because we don't have the funding to be able to do it, the manpower to be able to do it, or sometimes there's a reason, like there's a rule or regulation, there's some reason why we cannot do what they're asked to do. And that's been good internal for us to understand that no is an okay answer to give. And unfortunately, we do give it a lot, but that there is an explanation behind it, and just feel comfortable and feel free to give that explanation. And that works, that does work. And that's been a good internal conversation as well as external as well.
Thank you.
Anything else, commissioners? Good job.
Thank you.
Very good.
We're all set. All right. Anything else, madam? No. Okay. Commissioners, anything? All right. If there's nothing else for this working session, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second. Aaron, if you. There were. If you
Commissioner,
would please call the roll.
Commissioner Joey McCollum,
Yes.
Commissioner Rod Green,
Yes.
Commissioner Gloria Yamas,
Yes.
and Commissioner Barb Fuller.
Yes. We are adjourned. See everybody at 1 o'clock.